Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tuesday Night Talk. Thank you so much for coming and sharing with me on tonight. This is the time that we actually take flight. We soar. We speak it, orate it, articulate, and reverberate it. This is the time that we celebrate, and we're so excited about today. One of the things we do, we speak because we want to utter words of be articulate and sound with ordinary voice. We want to actually express our thoughts and our opinions and how we feel about things. We want to orate. To make an oration is to speak bombastically in a bombastic manner, to speak formally, to give a speech. What we talk about, what we preach about, we want to articulate it. We want to be effective, persuasive, make sure that everything comes out lucid and eloquently so you can get an understanding of what we're talking about. And we want to reverberate, to resound, echo, to vibrate, to ring, to pulsate, to thump, to just be able to tell you about what's going on, especially in our country now, what's going on, and maybe in my personal life, what's going on in the world. We have a variety of topics, and we just want to talk about it. We want to talk about it. We want to establish a, a conversation about what's going on. I find often there's so much power in words. We have an opportunity to speak positive, and so many times we don't. We speak negative. Even when things are going bad, I know it. It's always been like this for me. If anything go wrong, it's going to always happen to me. Mindset, and we begin to speak. We don't speak life. We have to learn how to speak life. We have to do more than live life. You got to speak life, because so many of us just go through life willy-nilly, and we don't really understand the dynamics of being able to breathe in and breathe out every day, and how much you can get accomplished, and how much you can really walk into the things that you have been called to walk into. Hey, Sharon. And so it's so important that we learn how to live. It's so important that we learn how to breathe. Hey, Wendy and Deborah and Anita, it's so important that we just take a moment and just inhale and exhale, because we get so caught out on some great things. And even when I look at my life, I look over the years, and you know how the years keep passing and passing and passing. And you look back and say, well, where did all the time go? So I'm learning how to appreciate each day. I'm always doing some research. I'm always trying to find something new. I'm always trying to elevate my mind and cause my mind to think different, because a lot of times we stay just in that one place. Hey, moving well. We stay in that one place, exercise our mind, and we don't think past the box. Some of us never come out of the box. We're just in that box, and we're not going to do anything new. We're not going to eat anything new. We're not going to try anything new. We're not going to walk in newness. We're not going to do anything, because this is the way it is. It's always been like this, and I just love it. But I'm on here tonight to encourage you to learn how to live, learn how to breathe, learn how to appreciate what you have. I have spent so much of my life talking about what I didn't have, and I don't have the car, and I don't have the money, and and then God reminded me about something. What about all the stuff you do have? Hey, Karen, you have somewhere to live. You have, you have somewhere to sleep. So many people sleeping on the bridges. You have a sanctity, whether it be a one room shack or a mansion. You have that sanctity. So I'm learning, and I want to encourage you guys to stop, get your eyes off of what was or what should have been, and look at what's now. And because I guarantee you, if you start building on the end and the O and the W, when you look up, you've laid the foundation, and you've did the footers. And the footers is like the foundation when you say when you're building a house. So you do the footer, and that's around the perimeter, and then everything goes in front of the footer. And so that causes the house to begin to build. So some of us need to begin to build our footer, because we We're trying to build a business. We're trying to build an organization. We're trying to build things that we have not started the right way. Now, I do encourage you to get started because I understand the importance of that. But once you get started, then you can start to really do your research and find out what's going on and determine how am I going to be able to get to the next level? How am I going to move? How am I going to even though I've had heartaches and disappointments, okay, yeah, you cry. Yeah, I cried. I even have my moments now. But then I have to dry my eyes for me to do today. What is my next move? What have you designed for me? What have you even for the foundation of this world said and that was going to do. And so I'm learning how to do that. And I find myself, even when I'm not on here, I encourage people. I'm like, girl, you can do this and do that. And most of the time they probably don't pay me no attention. But I do it because it's in me. Because I understand the struggle. I understand not going, walking in the things I've been called to walk in. I understand the dynamics really of just sitting living like and then God said, no, I didn't call you for that. I call you for greatness. There is so much greatness in us. Even the people that's on here and the people that will listen to this later, there are some things that I talk about it all the time. I know without a doubt there's some things God have laid on your heart, even from a child. Even he's told you to do things, but you never thought you could do it because what you do, you don't look at the possibilities. We focus on the impossible. We don't, oh, I know I can't. Well, I don't have impossible. God said, I'm a possible God. He said, you have to move the I am off of impossible and possible that you can walk into that thing. Possible you can build that dream. Possible you can go to the next level. I would say we don't tap into our full potential. That is so true. And you know why, Anita, I totally agree with you because I even look at my potential and see I'm the reference point that I use all the time. Because I always say, if God can use me, surely y'all can get off y'all laurels and start doing some stuff. But I wasn't even beginning to live up to my potential. I never thought I could do it. I never did. I never thought in a million years that I would be on here encouraging people. Actually, for several years, I sung with a group, and I actually could sing a little bit. And probably, if I would have really applied myself, probably could have sung a little better. But what I always did is stay in the back. I never wanted to be up front, but sometimes God will just put you where He put you. Some people love the front, and some of us just don't like it, but it's just the way it is. And so I come on here and I know I sound like a broken record sometimes, but I'm gonna say the same thing over and over because my responsibility, my anointing, the thing that God called me to do is to encourage people. And oftentimes what He does, He will take if He called you to do something like for me to encourage people, He allowed me to use my life. So my life is my book. If I tell you to do so, I'm not telling you just because it is something. It sounds good. Some things I actually overcame. Some things I overcame the fear of speaking, the fear of coming before people, the fear of trying to encourage people, and not only that, the fear of what I felt others may say about me if I don't say a word right, if I don't, if the words end with a T and I don't end it, I don't end the T, I don't use the T or the S. Those are the things, it's sort of like Moses when he began to tell God that, I don't speak that well. And God said, well, I know your imperfections when I called you. I know you can't do. And so moving well says sometimes we walk fouls because of fear and doubt. And that is so true. And for so long, I was so scared. And I look now, because actually, to be honest with y'all, now I be waiting. Okay. I be waiting. I said, all right, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday night. It's time for me to come on. It's time for me to get on and encourage people. And again, last week my daughter was supposed to come on, and she said I put on Front Street. Oh well. And so she's not here tonight either. Obvious has a wealth of knowledge to really share with you guys because it's not just about me on here trying to encourage you. I want to bring people on to encourage you. Wherever that area that you may be struggling in, or that area, even the things you may not even know you need to know. Sometimes somebody need to tell you something you didn't even know you need to know. So many times I've learned things I didn't even know I needed to know it. until I got knowledge of it. And now I'm so glad that I'm able to do it. Even when I come on here, walk me through. Now I go click, 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 and I'm on. So these are the things after you overcome certain level of fear. Like she said, fear is a thief. And you know what a thief does? It comes to rob you. It comes to take away something, take away something from you. You know, that thing you've been called to do, but because of the fear, it causes you not to walk into that thing. And this is serious, y'all. This is serious. And we living in a time, listen what I'm about to say. You need to start tapping in to the wealth of this country. We live in a wealthy country. Why do we sit back and other people have? No, we have to start tapping in and learning how to acquire some of this wealth. You know, yeah, because we always tell people, "Oh, my God got cattle on the hill, and he got the mansions and this and that." Well, you know what? I plan to be in one of those mansions. I plan to do some things, and that's why it's so important. I encourage people because sometimes we don't have anything because we don't go after it. We don't pursue it. We don't follow our dreams. We're so scared. Even if your dreams fail, you can try it again. And so we're scared of failure, but I'm not scared of failure. If I fall, then I'm just gonna have to brush my little self off and I'm gonna have to get up and keep going. And that's why it's so important that you understand the importance of you going forth and pressing. And sometimes this journey get lonely. And then there'll be other times you'll question yourself. You say, did you really call me, God? When you don't see any fruits of your labor. You've labored and you don't see any fruits of your and to ask God, have you really called me to do this? But I believe right at the moment you're about to give up, that's when God's getting ready to bless. That's when he's getting ready to move. That's when he's getting ready to push you and take you to the next level. Even with the movement, we had been doing Zoom for a while and we had a limited audience. And that was fine because that's who God blessed us with. But then, the organization decided to step out. Once we stepped out, then now we're in mainstream. Now more people begin to see what we're doing. They begin to understand what we're doing. So that's why it's so important with your dream. When they say, I want all God has for me, future million. That's right, girl. Listen here, sister girl. We're gonna tap into it. You know what? A lot of times we don't do nothing because nobody ever told us we could. Now there'll be some of us, some people are just natural go-getters, but then there's other people that somebody had to come and tell them who they are and what they've been called to do. And so what Nita say, so happy you broke out of that. Now you're tapping into your potential, doing great things. Yes. Because you know why? God sent somebody to me and say, listen, you can do this. I didn't know I could do it because I had already told me, again, I'm dealing with the mindset, y'all. I'm sorry if I didn't say that earlier. I'm dealing with the mindset. I had already told myself I was pretty much as far as I was going to go. I was going to work for so long, retire, get my pension, and live my life. But that's not what God would have for me. And I understand that now. I understand the potential. I understand the greatness, and that's not being arrogant. It is what it is. I serve a great God. So yes, I'm tapping into everything that belongs to me because he said I could have it. And so that means we have to work. That means we have to do some things. That means we have to be uncomfortable sometimes. That means you may have to be up all night long. That may mean that you're the only one to show up. You may be the only one to show up in your ministry or your organization. You put everything together, and it's like having a party. You got this party, your balloons, your cake, and everything, and then you're the only one there. So you got to eat your own cake and ice cream. But you know what? The more you continue to go forward, the more you press and keep pressing and moving and believing, and God began to open up doors. And then I see now when I do a lot of reading on a lot of the Black community, and there's a lot of stuff going on past Daytona. Listen, this world is bigger than Daytona, it's bigger than Palm Coast and all these other places. This world is big. So I read a lot about a lot of entrepreneurs and organizations and things to do. And there are organizations that's doing what I do and doing what Anita does. And I go sometime and I look at their stuff and their packages. I said, well, oh my, I'll jive a little better than that. But the difference is it may have been their time, their season, whatever. But that made me realize that I'm capable because I'm producing, and the stuff that I'm producing is greater than some of the other stuff. I've seen some people stuff like, oh man, go on their website like, that's shabby. In my head, I would never say it because that's their dream and their vision. But then when I see that, and then I see the website that Anita began to build for me, and of course, and the movement, then I'm like, this is top quality stuff when you look and see what other people's doing. So that's not to put another person down. What that is, that's to pick you up, encourage you, and help you get to the next level. Because when you see that what that person is doing in that same vein that you've been called to work in, then all of a sudden you get excited, like, oh my gosh, okay, look, God, I see what you're doing, and so that's why I have to come on. I don't have a choice. I have to come on Tuesdays, and I have to encourage you. We have to come on Wednesdays. That's because that's a mandate that God has put on our lives. And so when you obey and you walk in it, even when nobody's there but you, Anita can tell you, man. We one time we had one person, two people, but we came on Wednesday after Wednesday, and we delivered and we talked to encourage people. And to see, listen. Let me say that it was not just for them, because in us pursuing and pushing and dragging them along, it also blessed us because what did, they say, okay, you got to step up with your game. You can't tell people what God can do, and nobody see him moving in your life. You ain't moving. You ain't doing nothing. You're not. So we had to get to the point that we were able to produce, and because of that, we've been blessed mightily. And this Friday will be 3 years with the movement. So God is so good, and He's so gracious. And I just want to encourage you guys. I'm gonna share something with you here. In a second. Give me a minute here to pull this up. Oh yeah, and I was one. Of course, you guys know that I write quotes, but now all the quotes I'm talking about now, they're not mine. But I saw some things, and I wanted to deal with some words. This organization is about speak, orated, articulated, reverberated. So I wanted to deal with some words tonight, and I promise you we won't be on here long. But I wanted there's some words I think that we need to kind of get in our spirit, man. Some words of encouragement, some words that kind of motivate us and get us where we need to be, build us up. It's like exercising, because I tried to walk like maybe, I don't know, probably half a mile. I was out of breath. So you have to start building yourself up and building up your spirit, man, and putting that thing on the inside of you that's going to give you what you need to go to the next level. See, we try to move so fast. Now, listen, if I'm just starting walking, there's no way I'm going to turn around and I started walking yesterday. I'm going to start running tomorrow. Oh, no, that's not going to happen. That's going to cause me some pain. To go through the process, I have to learn how to start walking. I need to learn how to start breathing. I need to make sure I have water. I have to make sure I start eating properly. These are all the things that you need to do in the natural. So when you're trying to build your organization, there's some things you need to do. You can't just take off running. But sometimes God, you'll take off. But then there are other times that you need to start building. And even for those who take off running, they still have to backtrack sometimes and come back and work on some things. So I'm going to talk about some things tonight. One of course, is mindset. We've been talking about that and talking about that mindset. That's the mental process. Your way of thinking, your frame of mind, your mentality. How do you perceive? How do you see yourself? When you look in the mirror, actually, what do you see? I'm not talking about that actual person that's looking at you. I'm talking, what do you really see? Do you see yourself as an overcomer? Do you see yourself getting ready to go to the next level? Do you see yourself as a world champion yourself? And that's one of the things that I had to learn in my walk, and I'm learning, is how I view myself, not just where I am now, but where I'm going, where the areas I'm trying to go to, the next level I'm trying to go to. So that is so important. And I found this quote, and I want to share it with you guys. Whatever you're trying to achieve, you must always fight negative self-talk that tries to convince you that you're destined to failure. Whatever your mindset is, it is. It tends to end up coming. Be careful what you think and what you say, because that's a self-fulfilling prophecy sometimes. Staying positive and maintaining a mindset of confidence, determination, and hope can help you overcome challenges. A growth mindset is a marker of a great character. So how do you view yourself? On Sunday we I have Power Walk Sunday. And so we had a power plug, and I talked about the silent scream, and I talked about how so many times we hold things on the inside and we don't deal with what people have said about us, and we have these emotional issues, and a lot of times that stops us from getting to the next level. And I was talking about the silent screen, how you begin to cry and nobody sees you. The tears are falling, but nobody sees you because it's silent. You're frustrated, you're aggravated, you don't see an end to your problem. And I talked about the silent scream, and so many of us struggling with the silent scream. So many of us don't know what we're going to do. And so I dealt with that. We're struggling, and we're trying to, change our mindset. And a lot of times a lot of us even know we needed to change. Some people honestly think they're okay where they're at. And maybe you are. But then there are others that somebody need to tell them that they're overcomers. Somebody need to tell them that they can make it. Somebody needs to let them know that this world has so much to offer. I see people all the time, and I ride in the city. I always tell some money. It may not be me right now, but somebody got some money. And it's not just about money. Of course not. But you know what? If you're going to be able to do some things, I want to bless some people. If somebody call me and say, listen, I need help, I want to be able to write them a check or cash app them. It's not, the money is just not just for me. Okay, I can encourage you and I can tell you to go to the next level. I can tell you what you can do, but I want to get to the point in my life, people. I can bless a college student. I want to get to the point I can get a, because I work with women and girls. I want to get to the point maybe I can pay their scholarship. So it's not just so I can be wealthy. That's a wonderful thing. But in the interim, I want to be able to bless my sisters and bless my brothers. Because like I said earlier, I do a lot of reading and research. There's some people doing great. Oh my gosh, I was stuff I never even heard of. So many people, and I was thinking, I said, why can't we? Why can't you? Why can't you go to the next level? Why can't you build an organization? Why can't you do it? Why? Because we have to put it up here. And until you can get that in your thick head, like my mom used to say, which is with your hard headed self, my mom used to say I was hard headed. I guess it was. But until you can get that in your mindset, you won't see a difference. I'm telling you, I am so doggone passionate about that, because I think I just, just let life just go on by. Well, it's going to be okay, yeah, well, everything. No, I got to do something. I told God, you take me to there tomorrow. I want to say I tried to do my best. Even if I never get that house on the hill, which I pray to God I do, and even though I never get that boat, I pray I do. I say, but God, I want you to look and say, hey, but in your latter part of your life, you worked and you tried and you pushed and you persevered and you went for it. Even when it didn't even look good, people say stuff about you. Who she thinks she is? Oh, I'm a child of the Most High King, and I believe that I can have anything. And that's why it's so important that I change my mind. Another thing I saw, not only was the mindset, was to create. So we are a part of a creation. God created us. So the Bible say he took the dirt and he made us, and you know the story. You go to Genesis. In case you don't know the story, go to Genesis chapter 1 to break it all the way down for you. But since he he made us to create. We have the ability to create because we are a creation. And so create means that, it actually means this: to cause, to come into being as something unique that will not, that evolves. It's a process of evolving. Creation is about create is one's own thought or imagination as a work of art, invention. So we have been called to. So there are some things. I don't care how many. Listen, man, I don't care how many organizations out there. I don't care how many people that doing that you've been called to do it. They don't do it like you. That's the bottom line. So we have to learn how to create. We have to take what we have. And Nita will tell you, honest to God, we had nothing. All I had were words. All I had was a dream. All I had was quotes. All I had was thoughts. And, when I came up with S.O.A.R, God gave me that. So he took what I had was words. All I had was quotes and poems and thoughts and ideas, and caused me to start putting that on paper and start writing it and start creating it, because it had not been created. Somebody created something, but they didn't create what I created. Somebody wrote poems and quotes, but they didn't write the ones that I wrote. So we have to learn how to create. I saw this another poem here. Instead of worrying about what you cannot control, shift your energy to what you can create. So if you can't worry about what you can't, I'm good at words, I'm good at quotes, I'm good at poems, but when it comes to putting together a manuscript, then I need help. So what I had to learn how to do is that I could do, I would do it. That I can't, I'm gonna get me some help. I ain't got no problem getting me no help. You hear what I say? I had no problem asking somebody, say, listen here, I don't know how to do this. Straight up. I'm not embarrassed because I wasn't called to do everything. But I was created to create. That's what I'm saying. He created us to create. When you look at some of the stuff out there, stuff is amazing. And even some of the stuff in your head that you haven't even written on paper yet, it's just probably mind boggling. Sometimes it takes one idea to shift your whole family, one idea to change the world, one idea. And so many people have came up with ideas and had patent, and they're wealthy because of it. And the wealth is not just for us, it's for our generation after generation. I want to leave something for my generation. I want to bless people, like I said earlier. So you got wit to create. So you have to one of the things I used to like to say, we have to get our creation juices going. And so I'm always thinking about something about, okay, how can I change this? How can I make this better? And if you ever followed the movement the last 3 years, we went through some changes. Some of our logos and stuff, we went through a lot of changes. And me and Anita was talking about some of our videos. One of the videos, I looked a hot mess. Okay, they had no makeup, but you know what? But we still stepped out, and then we go, and actually we go. I kind of go back and chuckle at it, but that was our starting point. So if you're racing, you got to have a starting point. You don't just start racing. If you're racing against other people, you got to go to the starting block. And so we had to start somewhere. And we was created to create. And let me share this with you. A couple more, then we'll be finished. One of the things too, but we really have evolved. Okay, Anita? Y'all, we're going to show y'all some of that stuff. Oh boy. But listen here, through it all. But that's right. We evolved into an organization. And so I use that because, again, that's my frame of reference. And next thing, a couple more and I'll be through. Is confidence, a feeling of self-assurance arising from one's appreciation of one's uh, own ability or qualities, your own ability and qualities. So we need confidence. It don't matter that you may sound crazy. I don't even go back and look at none of my videos. Oh no, I don't look at them. One night I was like, my husband was looking at one of them. I said, oh, because I don't really like the way I sound. I have confidence in what I do, but I just don't like the way I sound. So, but it don't stop me from doing what I've been called to do. That's just something that personal I have to overcome, because I know, number one, I talk too fast and I'm trying to learn how to slow down. And so those are the things I'm working on. So we all have some issues, but you should be confident in what you've been called to do. You be self-assured and appreciation of your own ability, your own quality. You know, it's easy for us to say, "Oh, she doing so good. Oh, I really like her." Oh, no, baby, you got to say, you have to look in that mirror and talk. Say, "Listen, girl, you got it going on. You may not have it all lined up the way you want it to be lined up, but you got it going on because number one, you stepped out. Number two, you kept going. Number three, you persevered even when you want to give up. And number four, that you've already made up your mind that I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going regardless. And this quote was, "With confidence, you have won before you have started." You hear that? Let me say that again, just in case somebody didn't hear that. With confidence, you have won before you have started. If you get the confidence, you already ahead of the game. Because if you start and you don't have the confidence, you're gonna struggle. You're gonna struggle because you're gonna say, "Dang, I don't know. Maybe I'm not." I'm telling you what I know. But I tell you what I know. So many nights I remember sitting here. I feel I don't do it now, but it'd be like 8:55. Like, oh Lord, I got 5 minutes before I come home. Because my confidence was weighing. But now, no, I'm actually looking forward to it. And they said, "Huh, I have won before I started." That's right. You won it before you started. You already won. You already won it. And the last thing I want to talk about is a hero. Now, we all have heroes. We have superheroes, some like Black Panther, whoever. We have heroes because a lot of us like these people, these heroes, because we can identify with them, or we like something about them, some quality they may have. Like, the Black Panther. I love the Black Panther because it showed us in a certain light, that we can come from Wakanda, Wakanda forever. Okay, it showed us that we are somebody. We're not, we are not just like back in the day, a maid, a pimp, or something like that. No, we're superheroes. We're somebody we can overcome. That's why that movie did so well, because it gave people a different mindset of possibility. Even though we knew it was a movie, but now we got a black hero. We got somebody we can look at. Yeah, I like my Superman, I like my Batman and Wonder Woman and all those, but we have a black superhero. And so we start looking at the superheroes different. And so that's how we need to do even in our own lives. Just know that you're a hero. Even if you're not doing everything that you want to do, stepping out, you become a hero, a person who is admired or idolized for courage and understanding and achievement are noble qualities. Just courage alone that make you a hero. I'm a hero. A hero is an ordinary individual who finds the strength to persevere and endure in spite of overwhelming obstacles. Let me say that again. A hero is an ordinary has the strength to persevere and endure in spite of overwhelming obstacles. So we are all heroes because all of us had to overcome some stuff. All of us had to endure. There's been some overwhelming obstacles that we didn't think we could make it through. There have been some things that we went through that was traumatic. We thought it was going to take us out. But some kind of way we got the strength to persevere and to endure in spite of those obstacles. And so important now, even when it's time for you to get to that place that you need to get to pursue that dream. And so every time I look at people, I see heroes. Uh, even my family and my brothers, some of my brothers and my sister, I see heroes. They may have their own personal struggles. They may have their issues, but they're heroes because over a period I've seen them overcome obstacles. Even with Anita, I've seen the struggle. I've seen how during a time in her life where somebody spoke something in her life which was a lie, but she was a hero and overcame it. And some of us not just heroes, some of us superheroes. You may never be Black Panther, but you may be Anita Faye. You may not be a Wonder Woman, but you may be Shay Lassiter. You may not be the people like we like to idolize. Super duper hero. And so when I saw it, when the Black Panther came, that blessed my soul. I ain't never been that excited about a doggone movie in my life, because not only was it about a black hero, it was about a country of heroes. Uh, the sister was a genius. The girlfriend was smart. She did her thing, and the mother was beautiful. The people dressed up, impeccable. And when they would be on that mountaintop and they would do the shoulders, I did that for child. I did that for months. I wore that out. But it gave me a different perspective, because this is what happens with movies, and this is why it's good to watch them. Need them getting better. Certain movies can encourage you. Certain things in life, certain people can encourage you. There have been people in my life. My mother, for one, my mother, well, I had 8 kids at the time. I didn't understand, because she used to really make me mad, because I thought, she didn't like me, because when I would be, you the oldest, well, it wasn't my fault. I was born first. I used to say in my head, never for her to hear. But what she was trying to instill in me is that, you was born first, so I expect more out of you. I'm looking for you to step up. I'm looking for you to go to the next level. So, one of the greatest superheroes in my life was my mother. And so alone, even, as superhero, my sister, the walk with my sister, we've had our differences and we've had struggles, but you know what? I've watched her life, bro. I've watched Anita, my superhero. So it's so many people over my lifespan that I was able to look at their lives, and I was able to glean from them. I was able to pull from them. I was able to really help me become the woman that I am, and understand the importance of making a difference, and making a difference in the lives, not only just my life, not only just my children and my grandchildren, but society. When I leave this world, I want somebody to say, you know what? She may be gone, but she did her thing. She did her thing. And so that's why it's so important, y'all, to change your mindset. You are a hero. Anybody can overcome this foolishness that we went through in these last 4 or 5 years and not bust somebody in the head. We some heroes here. Because there's a few times I had to really pull myself together, because number one, I'm bigger than that. And so I had to understand that the superhero in me was going to help push me to where I need to go. And so for all the heroes that will hear this tonight, and for all the heroes may hear it later, I just want to applaud you for standing. I want to applaud you for making a difference. Applaud you. But now, we got the hand claps, and yeah, you got it going on. But now we still got to fight. You still got to go to the next level. You still got to do the things that you've been called to do. Because there's some young people need to know that you don't have to sell drugs. That's not the only way to make money. You know, so we have to make a difference. It's easy to tell somebody what they should not do when we have not did what we needed to do. Because our friends walk in the things that we need to walk in, we can bring some other people's with us. Because one of the things I want, like I said, I want to do, I want to bless some kids to go to college. I want to pay for somebody full ride. That's what I want to do. And my stipulation is they got to go to school, and they got to have certain grades. Other than that, I want my money back. That's what I mean. Because if I'm going to invest, I'm going to invest in you because I believe in you. And so that's how we have to do for our vision and dreams. You have to invest because you believe in yourself. And when was the last time, Anita, put this on here, and you believed in yourself? If Anita, when was the last time you believed in yourself? When was the last time you looked in the mirror and said, I'm an overcomer, that I can do this? When was the last time? I'm telling you, I'm speaking from experience. I really, really, really just got to that place in 2021. When I really looked like, wow, wow, when was the last time? So now, you know, I believe in myself, but I ain't always believe in myself. I ain't always do it. So that's what we need. We need to have a belief system of encouragement. We need to know. We have to have a mindset. We have to, know that we're superheroes. That you mean something to somebody. I know I'm a superhero because I know at least 3 people love me, and hopefully maybe 4. I'm gonna put my husband there, but I know my 3 daughters love me. So I have not always been I have not always worn a S on my chest, but there have been times I ain't had nothing on my chest, but I was still a hero. Now I wear my S because I'm a superhero, but I have not always been that way. But I want to encourage you guys tonight, and I do it. I want you to know that you need that mindset has a way of changing. So when you change your mindset, you change your life, and that's the truth. That's the God truth. That when you change um, your thinking, the way you see stuff, I don't even see stuff the same. I really don't. I see things that I never thought about. Even when I'm riding in my car, I see stuff that I never even thought. Even in my yard. In fact, the other day, I walked on her porch, and she has a fire hydrant right by the porch, and also a bird shot from in there. And I said, Lena, there's a nest. A bird had made a nest in the fire hydrant. And I thought, well, how cool that is. I say, you know what? Life will make a way. So if a bird can make a nest in a fire hydrant, don't you know that? I mean, in Lena's apartment, he would have to actually fly under there. Like, he had to, it wasn't like in a tree. He had to actually fly in there to do that. So I was thinking on the way home, and I said, wow, if a bird can take and make a house in a fire hydrant, I know God has given us the ability and the mind to do some great things. And my prayer tonight for those who will hear this, my prayer is that maybe 2 years from now, hit us up, me, Anita, whatever, and say, you know what? I stepped out on my dream, and I stepped out on my vision, and I'm walking in the things that I've been called to walk in. I'm going to rejoice with you because I know you are already a hero. So now you the doggone superhero, okay? You the super duper hero. But anyway, that's about it for me tonight. I just wanted to share that, and I think from time to time I'm gonna come on and share some quotes, and I'm gonna share some words you up because we need to be built up. I was saying these. Listen, I'm sorry. Them last 4 years when I'm sorry, Mr. Trump was in there. I had anxiety. He used to get on my nerve. Because I was like, what kind of person is this? And how dare we applaud this foolishness? What kind of, but anyway, and I would always have anxiety. I said, you know what? I had to get past him because he didn't make me. And I got bigger fish to fry. So a lot of times now, I do read because I'm always searching for stuff. But as far as I watch just enough, so I'll stay abreast of what's going on. But I got bigger fish to fry. I can't do it. But anyway, that'll be about it for me tonight. I have been so blessed tonight to be on with you guys and try to encourage you and let you know that you got what it takes, and just want to encourage somebody because this walk can be difficult. It really can, and there's been so many times that I fell off the wagon, for lack of better words. I don't drink, but in other words, I didn't continue to do what I should have been doing. But I kept going, and I kept persevering, and see. Let me say this, and I'll be through for the night. One of the important things with my when I transition into this new thing I'm doing, was to have the right person and the right people in my life. And so, if you, and I often say, if you're the smartest one in your circle of friends, then you need to get a new circle of friends. Because if you're the smartest one, you in trouble. Because yeah, you ain't got nobody to glean from. Mm-mm. I ain't the smartest one in my circle. I'm not. But I thank God for the circle He's given me, and they pour into me, and they push me and encourage me, even when I feel stupid. And I'm telling you, I have felt so stupid. But I'm just being straight up, trying to tell me how to do something one night. I forgot on Zoom. Yeah, I could not get that concept. I was like, what is wrong with me? But you know what? God put the right person in my life because a lot of people would have gave up on me and said, like, I'm so sick. People in my life made a difference, and then I was able to turn the corner, and now So now I'm able to, go to the next level, y'all. I'm actually getting kind of smart. I'm a little proud of myself. I be clicking button like bam, bam, bam. Before it would take me for hours. It would take me hours when I go to camper. But anyway, that's it. I said I was gonna be finished. I don't want to be one of them preachers that close 5 times. You know how the preachers do. But anyway, that's it for me tonight. I am so appreciative. Thank you so much with me tonight. For those, again, that will see it later, I just want to speak blessings on you, that God will open up the heaven and rain down on you, that you will have all the resources, you will have everything that you need to build and build and build. And the more you build, the more you prosper. I pray that God will shower down and rain on you real good, that He will send money, He will send people, He will send resources, because some of you, that's all you need. You got to pray blessings that God will touch. I pray blessings that He'll heal. I pray blessings for families and for those who are bereaved. For those, I don't care if you're bereavement from 5, 10 years ago. Bereavement is bereavement. Just because it didn't happen yesterday, don't mean you're not in a bereavement. I pray for those who are about to give up. I pray that God will touch them and touch their minds. I pray for their feet, God, everywhere they go. That Lord God, that you will direct them. I pray for their hands, God, for everything they touch. God, I pray for this COVID-19, Lord God, that us will be able to do the things that you've called us to do. God, I just pray that you touch right now those who need you, God. For those who may never say, I may never say anything on here, God, I pray that you touch their body right now. For those who may be sick, those maybe have maybe even some type of mental issue. God, I pray that you go into that area, because a lot of people suffering mentally, especially with the COVID, and a lot of people being shut up and shut down, and a lot of people can't handle that. I absolutely love it, but a lot of people can't handle it. So God, whatever they may need. So I thank you again, and my name is Annette L. Anderson, and this is Tuesday Night Talk. This is TNT. We come on every Tuesday night at 9 o'clock, and this is the time we take flight. We soar, we speak it, orate it, articulate like Anita said, and what is it, Anita? Reverberate it. So I would like for 7 o'clock with the movement. We come on 7 o'clock. Every Wednesday, we are a motivational organization built to educate, mindset, power, nurture, and transform. We are meant to move. So come on with us tomorrow, and also on Sunday, Power Walk Sunday. We have a word. It's a fun time. We share the word of God, and hopefully encourage people. So come out and join us on any of those platforms. So that's it for me tonight. Have a blessed night and an even better